And I call the Manager of Opposition Business.
Thanks very much, Speaker. I want to address the House tonight on something that gives rise to a tone of outrage, but I don't want to deliver it that way. And it's because I believe there is a very significant issue at stake in terms of the relevance of this chamber to Australian democracy. We all accept and we all know there will be spin on each side on any agreed set of facts. Whatever's happening, different people will have their perspective on it, and that will form the nature of debate. That's why we have different political views. In the last few years, and quite distinctly in the last few months, and even in the last couple of days, I'm seeing more and more an argument not about how you view the facts, but whether or not facts are in fact true, whether or not something which is demonstrably true is just denied. It struck me yesterday when the Minister for Home Affairs gave an entire prepared dicta, which was based on the premise that in 2014 Labor had opposed legislation which we had supported. Which was on the record that we had supported, which his office would have known that we'd supported, which when he was preparing the question, everyone would have realised that the claim that was the basis of the entire prepared answer was untrue. And so we followed the normal procedures of the House. At the end of question time, our Deputy Leader stood up, explained this, it's done. But I don't think for a minute that will change the behaviour. I've dealt in my own portfolios over the years with claims. One of the members is in the House who, it's not the only one, has repeatedly claimed Labor never built a dam. I know, as both Agriculture and Environment Minister, attending the opening of dams built under the Labor government, approved under the Labor government, the Headquarters Dam, the Milford Dam, the approval that I gave for the expansion of Chaffey Dam, the augmentation of Chaffey, the approval I gave for Stage 3 of the Ord, the approval that we gave for the Millstream Dam expansion, the Duckhole Rivulet Dam, the Glebe Weir expansion, the Hinds Dam upgrade. Now, all of that's true, all of that's on the record, and yet the claim Labor never built a dam, Labor never approved a dam, will continue to be made in this House, even though it's demonstrably untrue. We will continue to be told by members of the government that they have to pay down Labor's debt, even though the national debt now is more than double what it was when the change of government occurred. So if the debt belongs to anyone, more than half of it belongs to those opposite. And yet the claim will continue to be made. We will continue to hear people make a claim with respect to emissions, that somehow we are meeting an emissions target which requires emissions to go down while emissions are going up. Now, I accept within the House there will be arguments about what those targets will be. There will be some people who will want to argue that there shouldn't be any at all. But the concept that we're having an argument about whether they're going up or down, when the evidence is inarguable that they're going up, troubles me about what the parliament then becomes. One of the most extraordinary examples was at the National Press Club during the election campaign, when the Prime Minister was asked about a report that had come out that day with respect to extinctions. And his response, and I quote, "We've already introduced and passed legislation through the Senate actually dealing with that very issue in the last week of the parliament." No such legislation existed. Nothing went through in the last week of the parliament relating to extinctions. There was something about chemical testing on rabbits, not exactly about to be extinct, not exactly a native species. But this is simply what I want to remind the House about, because in terms of the game of politics, people might think, oh, got away with it, played the game. Outside of this chamber, people live in the world of facts. If their wages aren't moving, false claims here won't change the fact that their wages aren't moving. If the climate is changing, denial in here won't alter the fact that the climate is changing. And I simply remind all members If we are not starting with agreed and obvious facts, the relevance of this chamber only declines.